Okay. Okay. I hope you can hear me. Now, if you can hear me, do feel free to. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. Now, can you see my empty? Okay. I hope you can hear me. Now, if you can hear me, do feel free. If you can see my MT4, do type in a one. If you can see my MT4, type in a one. Right. Okay. So um, let me share the link with Emmanuel. I mean, I'm not quite sure. Is that the Emmanuel I know? Is that the Emmanuel I know? I am going to be leaving my Telegram link on here anyhow. Let's just get started with this. Okay. I've also now posted the YouTube link so that okay. All right, that's fine. Let me share the Zoom link with my guys. Right, yo. Okay. All right, so let's go. Let's go. Let me also post the Telegram group. Let me also post the link in the Telegram group so people everywhere can join in. Hopefully we'll get a trade or two today. Bear with me. We'll be sorted and ready to trade in about 2 minutes. Just sending the link out to the various groups. Okie dokie. Right. Now um, it's Thanksgiving week, and today is Tuesday, so I don't know what the volume is going to be like in the market, but hopefully it should be good. It should be okay. Okay, so let's go. I mean, what I would do is start off by checking the news for the day. If there's any news for the day that might affect us. There's a website we tend to use, which is the Forex Factory. Now, it says that there is PPI at 8:30. There's PPI at 8:30 EST. That's New York time, but that's still some time away. Yeah, so we should be fine. Okay, so let's go to the chart. Let's go to the chart. What I am going to be doing today is also what I'm going to be doing today is also looking at trades, especially on gold, because like I always say, gold is one asset you can find trades on quickly. Okay, so let's start from the daily. Okay, so we can see what's happening here on the daily time frame. Gold has been pushing up powerfully anyway. It's broken and is an all-time high. I mean, this is the weekly time frame. This is the monthly time frame, so you can see all-time high. But it has since pulled back. Let's go back to the daily. This is the 8 SMA, this yellow moving average. So we see it's gone up there, it's pulled back, and it's set to continue. Okay. So if you can hear me well in the house, I mean those in Zoom, if you can hear me well, just type in a 1. You can hear me loud and clear, type in a 1. You know, I'm gonna rely on you, those on Zoom, to help me out as you are the VIP members. Okay. All right, that's fine. So if you are there on YouTube, if you are there on YouTube, let me post my let me post the link to join the group there for you so that if you are not part of our Telegram group, you can join. That's where we do some mentorship. We give some level of mentorship there, as well as some signals. Okay. It's up to you, Emmanuel. It's up to you if you want to join Zoom or if you want to stay on YouTube. On YouTube, it depends on which one works best for you. Right. But if you are on YouTube, do endeavor to give us a like. Okay, so let's go. So this is what we are currently looking at. I'm just going to see, let me mark out some points, some areas on here, some points of interest, as it were. Okay. So what I'll be looking to do is if price breaks above there, I'll be looking to buy. Price breaks above there. That's above this gray box. I'll be looking to buy. This is a level of resistance. That's why I have marked it out there like so. I don't want us to have our eyes everywhere. So what I intend to do is just to have, two pairs, two, three pairs I'll be checking, you know, um, that's GJ. Oh, this is pushing down, isn't it? Okay, that's GJ for you, otherwise known as pound JPY. Let's also pull up DAX. I love to trade DAX. Uh, okay, so that's them DAX as well. But we would have gold as the main one we are trading. Okie dokie. Hopefully we should get some trade or two. Guys, if you're not subscribed to me on the social media channels, i.e. on Instagram, TikTok, I encourage you to do that, because that's where I leave most of the nuggets these days. That's where I tend to leave a lot of nuggets on Instagram and TikTok. But yes, Facebook is one of those places as well now. There are some other pairs I've been looking at lately anyway. USD CAD. I actually got in a buy on USD CAD, but it was too slow. So I came out, so we would have a look at some other pairs anyway. We'll be having a look at some other pairs as well. Okay, so price seems to be rejecting off that minor resistance there. So we could be looking for a buy as well now. We'll be looking for a buy now as well. Like I say, we're also looking at DAX. We're looking for a possible sell on DAX. What I want us to do this morning is see if we can get some good scalps, some good scalp trade. Manuel, is that, I mean, okay, I did ask a while ago if that was Emmanuel in our Telegram group. What I mean is that Emmanuel in the VIP? I mean, obviously there are a couple of Emmanuels in our Telegram group. Is that the Emmanuel in the VIP, the Emmanuel in the state? Okay, yeah. I just wanted to be sure. So what we do, basically, we don't just get into trade, for the sake of it. We don't just get into trades. We have to wait for our setup to form on the chart. We have to wait for our setup to form on the chart. We'll wait for our setup to form on the charts. I mean, I'll be doing some slight teaching as well today. I mean, what I'm seeing currently on gold, you never really can tell with gold. It could flip. I mean, if you are scalping anyway, if you are scalping, because you could scalp either way, a buy or sell, it's just to be ready for what happens. You know, now if you're scalping on currency pairs, you're typically looking at anywhere, for me anyway, some people scalp 10 pips. Not not so much for me. I mean, if I'm scalping currency pairs like GJ, I'll be looking for 15, minimum 15 pips. If I see that the setup is going to give about 15 pips, then I would jump in on it. You know, um, but if it's not, I will just leave it. So for currency pairs, I'm looking for at least 15 pips. For gold, I'm looking for at least 30 pips, which is like double. Okay. So get ready for gold, guys. We're most likely going to be selling gold soon. Most likely going to be selling gold. Okay, let's sell gold now. Sell gold now, guys. Sell gold now. Okay. And stop loss here. Sell gold. We're going for a one-to-one. Sell gold now. We're going for at least 43 pips. Uh, Sell gold now. Hmm. Okay. So we've just entered a sell on gold. The market is going to be a bit, it's not quite the same at the moment, for this week because it's Thanksgiving week in the US. So the market is not going to be quite the same. So what I would do is I would allow the market room to move. I mean, ideally, I would have left my stop loss here somewhere. I would have left my stop loss there usually, but because of the market condition, I mean, if you've been trading, if you traded here today, don't be surprised if the market was not as super as it ought to be. That's just because of Thanksgiving. There is less volume in the market. What happens when there's less volume in the market? It becomes erratic. The traders have basically, you know, um, started preparing for their journey. There's a lot of travel that goes on. There's a lot of travel that goes on during holidays, especially like Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving holiday is bigger in the US, than Christmas even, so it does affect the market. Okay, we would wait for that trade to play out. We'll wait for the trade to play out. We'll wait for the trade to play out. Okay, so for this GJ, I'll be waiting for the price breaks below here. I'll be looking to sell. If price breaks, I'll be looking to sell. Okie dokie. All right, so I'm closing the trade I was in. Okie dokie. So I was in some gold, some trades on gold. I've closed them now. I've taken profit on those trades. So we just have this trade open, this fresh trade, which we opened some minutes ago. We're currently 40, so we're currently 25 pip drawdown. That is understandable. Right, right, right. Okay. We are going to be having regular live sessions like this, which we are going to stream on social media. Now, today we are streaming live on YouTube. You know, we're going to be alternating between YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. Right, yo. So I have pinned them. So hello, Peter. Yes, Peter is in the house. Peter is always in the house. Peter Tasang. Okay. Okay. So that has taken us out. That has taken us out. It is a tricky day, tricky week going forward from today to trade. So I would say, guys, be very careful in the market. Some people are possibly not trading this week, because I mean, I would see, to be honest with you, I personally will see how it is for the rest of the day. I might decide not to trade for the rest of the week, because of the holiday. But let's see if we can do a buy on this one. As you can see, it's pushed up. It came to this area of resistance, dropped, and then let's see what happens here now. Let's see what happens there. If we're going to jump in on a buy. If we're going to be buying, we have to see if there's any resistance at the top. If it's broken this resistance, uh, the area we'll need to watch is 4133 area. Let's see about here. Okay, when run about there, we need to watch this area. I mean, we've had a good winning streak. For weeks now, we've had some winning streak. Let's check the GJ. Okay, for GJ, this is what we're looking at. We're going to be looking at the two. That's what we're looking at on GJ. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so we don't just jump in because it seems to have switched direction. We need to watch out for key points on the chart. So that's the area I'll be looking at. If it does break here, if it breaks this bar at the top, then obviously it's most likely then going to push up. We're just going to now watch if the price is going to be consolidating here in between these two boxes I have drawn. Okie dokie. Yeah, the market is indeed very tricky. Now, with our strategy, for those who are our VIP members, you know very well, you know the way it is. When we lose one trade, we're most likely going to get a winning trade a few minutes after that. So let's wait for gold. We just don't want the market to play games with us. We don't want it swinging up like it changed direction. We jump in and it pulls it back again. So we are going to be very careful. Let's just watch what this market is doing here. Yes, yes, yes. Now, if you're on YouTube, do click on the like button, click on the thumbs up, so YouTube algorithm will push this out to more people. I am going to be enjoying my Thanksgiving on Thursday. Got some big turkey in the house. Yes. Okay. So let's check DAX as well. Let's check that. I know I'm going to enjoy these live sessions. You guys know I enjoy trading with you. Yes. I enjoy winning with you guys. I mean, if you're on Telegram, if you are on YouTube, check our Telegram channel there. We post our results there. We post the trades. I believe in being transparent as a mentor and a coach. I believe in being as a signal provider. I believe in being transparent. So we post the trade and the result. When we win, we post that we've won. And when we lose, we do the same. So check our Telegram. The link is pinned up on YouTube there in the comment section. So give us a like there. Give us a like. Yes, Trident is closing, Emmanuel. Crazy. You know, well, okay, fine. It's good you mentioned that. Uh, it's good you mentioned that. You know, because of the issues brokers are having in the US, you know, a lot of traders in the US are switching to um they are switching to futures. You know, they are switching to futures, which is sad really. You know, I mean, some of us obviously, you know, who have uh accounts, MT4 accounts, you know, from other parts of the world outside of the US, you know, it's kind of like, okay, I mean, I still trade my IC market account, which you know, have been trading for years in the UK. You know, so I am still going to carry on trading that. You know, because yes, I do have, you know, students, you know, all over the world. You know, so I'm still going to keep on trading MT4 and MT5, you know, but I opened a futures account last week. I opened a futures account last week. I mean, futures obviously is very well regulated in the US. You know, futures is very well regulated in the US, and it will be unwise not to trade it. It will be unwise not to trade it. So um, I am also going to be, you know, putting out some teachings on how to trade the futures. I mean, yes, the analysis is the same. The analysis is the same, but um, you know, it's not pips. It's not measured in pips, but in tick, which is one of the differences. You know, and what people tend to do as well, obviously, you also use prop firms. You know, we also use prop firms, and also use prop firms. But I'll be doing the teachings. I'll be, you know, doing a teaching on it, you know, shortly. You know, like I say, the strategy remains the same. The entry strategy that we use, our strategy is universal. It's universal. You know, I mean, if we have to tweak it slightly just because of what's it called? Just because of the restrictions and the rules which the prop firms put in place, then you do that. You know, because some prop firms, I mean, you know, what I have noticed with future prop firms is that most of them, you know, have the one stage evaluation, you know, as opposed to Forex, which has a two stage. You pass, you do the evaluation, and then you do the verification. You know, with the futures prop firms, it tends to be just the one stage evaluation, and that's it. You know, but with that, you know, there are some rules which which would call for you to modify our strategy. That's the strategy we have here, slightly, only slightly. You know, so that's basically what I'll be looking to teach at some point. So you can see what's happening here. You know, the fact that price is going up and down there, oscillating like we call it, you know, tells you this is an area of resistance. That's what tends to happen in the market. You know, price would oscillate or range in an area of resistance. That's exactly what's happening here now. That's what's happening there. But we have to watch it to see which way the market really wants to go. So I have been meaning, also guys, listen up. I've been meaning, well, not meaning, I have been sharing lately, some other streams of income, you know, um, because you find that before some people become profitable in Forex, it takes a while, and I know those in our community, because they are sending me, private messages all the time, asking if I can mentor them for free, if they can get in the Signal group for free, especially those in Africa and in Asia, India, Pakistan, the Philippines, and in Africa as well. So what I have done, I've actually joined a mentorship group, which does which does affiliate marketing. They do uh, online marketing, or if you like digital marketing. They do drop shipping. They do, they train you on how to use the AI, and we know AI is basically, there's an AI revolution going on at the moment, really. That there's an AI revolution going on. And I will share the link actually. I'll share the link in the room, um, in our VIP room, you know, um, later today, so you could have a look, so you could have a look. So I'll share the link to the group. And really for that group, it's about $22 or so, not pounds, $22, per month. So I would encourage you, just, come in and check it out. If you are okay with it, you stay. If it's not me doing that. It's not my group. So it's not like, obviously I'll be distracted from Forex. You know, it's just a community I belong to. Over coming up to 700 members now, and they are all very helpful and supportive of each other. You know, um, so I would encourage you to take up something. Something else they do, they teach you how to have your own shop online, your own online shop. So if you're going to be on TikTok, which is, a lot of people are making money from TikTok at the moment. Well, when I say at the moment, it's been so for some time. For some years now, people have been making thousands and tens of thousands, some even some even hundreds of thousands on TikTok. On TikTok, they teach you how to sell on TikTok, and shops like Etsy and other places. The whole idea behind what I'm saying is, or for joining that group, is to be able to, give our members or members in our community options. You know, to be honest with you, Forex is not for you yet if you don't have a reasonable amount to invest without panicking. And when I say a reasonable amount, I'm talking of, say $250 or pounds, whereby you can invest that, you can put that in your trading account, be trading it while while you have another source of income. If you don't have a job, Forex is not exactly for you, to be honest with you. Because you are going to be thinking of paying your bills, your telephone bill, maybe your rent, you know, uh, some other bills. And because people make money in Forex, they see people like us and others making money in Forex. They think, oh, I can do it. And they will begin to take unnecessary risks so that even the capital you have, the small capital you have, you could lose it. So think of it this way. If you have 250, if you have 250 pounds or dollars, okay, let's talk in terms of dollars, because you know, you know, subscription on there is in dollars, although those in Africa can also subscribe. you know, using dollars as well. So if you have 250, for instance, let's just say 250 times 10. Sorry, let's say, $22 times 10, which is about $220. So with that 220 or $250 that you have, you can actually subscribe to this community and be making money almost immediately or within weeks. You'll be making money if you have a TikTok shop, if you are drop shipping, you'll be making money almost immediately, as opposed to Forex that you don't quite know yet, don't quite understand yet, because you probably don't even have a mentor because you can't afford a mentor. You know, you're going to be just, losing money in the Forex market. Why don't you join a community or acquire some skills that would enable you to start making money within weeks, not months, week. Because if you are drop shipping, you're basically, getting product from one company and selling it to people. You're not you're not paying with your money. There are no inventories. There's no money you know, it's not like you're doing the traditional um, trading whereby you buy goods and sell it. No, you would basically, get some goods from a company that you've not paid for and sell it to individuals. You start making money within days or weeks at the most. So I think that is safer for some people if you don't have a job or you don't have money. So guys in on Zoom, type in 222 if you can still hear me. If you're still with me in Zoom, type in 222. If you're still with me, type in 222 on Zoom. Okay. Right, okay. Okay, someone is asking what is drop shipping. Now, drop shipping basically, um, just 1 minute. So anyway, we are still waiting for this trade. It's still consolidating here. Now, drop shipping basically, is a module whereby you maybe goods, you buy goods on Amazon and sell on eBay, or the other way around, buy on eBay and sell on Amazon. Some people, make contact with producers in China and in other parts of the world and sell on Amazon or on TikTok. TikTok Shop is very popular now. TikTok Shop is more or less competing with Amazon at the moment. You know, there are millions of people on TikTok who go there to buy because the products are good. So the good thing about drop shipping is that, like I was saying a while ago, it's not like you're going to pay for the goods up front. You basically, you know, will get goods from one shop or one seller, one producer, and sell it on the platform you want to sell it on, maybe on Amazon or sell it on TikTok. And when the people on TikTok pay you, you then pay the supplier. So that's a good. So in a sense, you are not what's the word? There's no capital outlay. You're not paying for the goods yourself directly. You only pay, the supplier when the buyer has paid. And the supplier would deliver to your buyer. It's not you. You're not going to have a shop. It's not a physical shop. You're not going to have, goods in your garage or something. The supplier basically supplies or ships the goods directly to the buyers. So that's why I say you have no inventories yourself. Anyway, we could talk some more about that. Maybe I'll do a video on that. Uh, the whole idea is to start making money, within days or within weeks at the most. So we're still waiting for price to break above here. If it breaks above here, then we would consider getting in the trade. Once it breaks above here, the path is clear in a sense. We'll most likely wait for a retest as well. We'll most likely wait for a retest as well, guys. Let's just wait. Let's be patient. So here is basically, let me add, uh, let me add the 200 moving average. What's happening here? 200 moving average. Okay, so that's 200 moving average. Let's see what price does there. What we want is a pullback to retest this, and we will jump in for a buy. So for those who trade with me live, you know that the 200 area around the 200 is a good place to buy. Areas, well, not just to buy, but to enter the trade. Areas around the 200. Areas around the 200 is a good place to get in, but we want the price to come retest. If it doesn't retest, we'll leave it. The thing is, we don't want to chase, the trade. If we get a pullback, we will jump in unless we see a, we have another reason for getting in the trade. Yes, exactly. That's the term. That's the term, you know, Emmanuel, it's predictable, you know, it's predictable. I mean, I did drop shipping years ago. I did drop shipping, so I do understand how it works. But, that was like that over 10 years ago. So you can see I have been around, and but because obviously, I do make money in Forex, you can't be too distracted, you know, um, you know, well, apart from, the fact that I trade, I also have a mentorship program. So it was going to be too much for me, so it's a case of you have to drop one. You have to drop something and focus. But if somebody hasn't got enough money, if they haven't got a regular job or a regular source of income, I definitely expect them to do that. And like I say, the community also train you on AI. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you what I'll do. Let me post, let me post an image in our room. Let me post an image in our room. An image that was taken, well, generated using AI. One of those in my community generated an image using AI. You would think it's me, generated my image. Um, Let me quickly post it in there. So that is a skill you want to have. How to use the AI is a skill you want to have as well. You know, if you check YouTube and online these days, you'll see that Um, okay. Now look at that. If you're on our Telegram group, you can see that. I'm also going to post it in, I'll post it in, boom, 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 boom. Bear with me, guys. I'll post it in the other room as well. Okay. So what's going to happen, guys? Prepare for a buy. Prepare for a buy. We should win this one. We lost the other trade a while ago. This one should be a winning trade if it breaks. If it breaks above here, we'll buy. And we'll have our stop loss here, about 42, 45 pips or so, about 45 pips. So prepare for a buy on gold. With our strategy, that is why, we love it. You either see the setup or you don't see it. If you don't see it, you don't enter. It's as simple as that. If you don't see it, you don't enter. If you see it, enter with confidence. So we'll wait for this one. So that photograph I just posted in the room of myself, would you believe, guys, it's AI generated? And I posted it on my Facebook group. So I posted it on my Facebook profile, and all my friends were saying, wow. They were thinking, my goodness, since this guy went to America, his style has changed. Don't worry. Some of us are dapper than that. You know, um, that is not exactly my style of dressing, but since it has been generated for me, just watch out. I'm going to start dressing funky like that. Oh dear. No, but every single thing there is AI generated down to the sock. Everything there AI generated is not, those are not my clothes. The only thing that is kind of like mine there is the face. But obviously that was generated as well. So prepare for a buy. Let's prepare for a buy on gold. Okay, let's prepare for a buy. I'm not entering yet. I want it to be that price breaks above there quite convincingly. Let price break the high. We don't want the market to play games with us. We are not desperate. You don't want to be desperate as a trader. So when price breaks there, when I say break, I mean break and close. Then we would jump in for a buy. Exactly. Makes me look like doctor. It makes me look like a doctor. So that is a photograph that was generated using AI. But guess what? I'm sure you've seen online short clips, short movies that have been generated using AI. Those skills are very marketable these days. People use it for marketing. You know, if you are on Instagram, on TikTok, on social media, you know, companies will start hunting for you. Now, currently in the world, from my research, from well, not just my research, from our research, because obviously those who do it, they tend to know each other. You know, currently in the world today, there are not more than 300 people who are able to produce AI at such a high level with some of the movies you see. I don't know if you saw a clip recently of Donald Trump, driving driving some aircraft and pouring out poo-poo on people. I'm sorry, it sounds disgusting, but you know, those are the kind of things AI would do. It's amazing. So if you have that gift, people are commanding thousands, but obviously, you know, it's one of those things where I cannot get into that, because my hands are full already. Anyway, so let's prepare, guys. We're most likely going to be buying soon. We're most likely going to be buying soon. Let's prepare for a buy. And again, be ready to give the market room to move, which means you will use slightly bigger stop losses, than usual. I mean, I would watch it today, really. I would watch to see how the market is. I mean, like yesterday, for instance, I rarely traded. I took some trades and I didn't take any trade on my copy trade account because it was going to be too risky for my clients. I took some personal trade, you know, won some, lost some, which is unusual. I mean, when you are having, I mean, with our strategy, we tend to win 80% of the time, but when you are having 50-50, it tells you that there's something wrong in the market. So I'm not even wanting to risk my client's money. Um, we're having to use big stop losses, man. You know, when I trade gold, I basically want to focus on, um, I want to focus on exactly. Emmanuel knows it. You know, they call them, let's buy gold now, guys. Let's buy gold. Let's buy gold. Stop loss here. I mean, this is not where we would normally have it. Let's buy gold. Let me take it on my other account. Where are you? Gold, where are you? Buy gold. Okay, right. They call it faceless YouTube, whereby you don't show your face. I mean, those of you who have been following me, watching me lately on Instagram and all that, you know, you don't have to show your face. That's exactly what it's called. It's on YouTube, faceless YouTube. As a matter of fact, if you go on YouTube, just type in faceless YouTube, you will see some channels. Some tell stories, some do teachings, various things. You don't have to use your face, you don't have to use your voice. And people are making thousands, tens of thousands. I'm tempted to go in. I'm tempted to do that myself, but obviously, you know, um, it's it's Forex for me. It's Forex and mentorship for me. It's Forex and mentorship for me. Hmm. So my own risk, my own money management, we've taken one trade, we've lost. If we lose this one, I would basically call it a day, at least on the way I would do it is if I'm trading one account and I take two losses on that account, I will call it a day on that trading account, that MT4, MT5 account, and take a break, maybe come some hours or call it a day altogether, because I am very meticulous with my trade setup. I try my best to take A plus setup only. So if it is that I take a loss on two A plus setups, what's the point? There's something wrong with the market, or maybe it's really the case that there's something wrong with with what I'm saying. You know, um, so yes, hopefully we would win this one, but if we take a loss, I would call it a day. We could just talk about other things. Okay, let me explain because people are going to be wondering why I have posted that photograph there. Let me just explain to them. Uh, you know, Emmanuel said, Dr. Obasagi, you know, um, people were suggesting I'm dressed like, guys in Oxford, maybe one of the professors since because of my age, maybe one of the professors there in Oxford. Anyway, let me just explain. Um, I would say this photo of mine was generated using um, was generated 100% using artificial intelligence, AI. Somebody's saying he believes in my heart, in his heart that I'm doing good just because he's seen this photograph. Okay. Um, to learn how to use. Anyway, I'll leave that for later, guys. Uh, um, okay, I'll just leave that. I would explain that later on so we can focus on our trade here. All right. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So, I mean, we can definitely tell the market is broken. That's basically what it is. The market it's not the way it should be. This is a super strategy that wins 80% of the time. Taking two consecutive losses. Well, this is not, we've not lost this one yet. The market has not, is not lost yet. However, it shouldn't even come back this far. It shouldn't pull back like this. The market is clearly not moving the way it ought to move. Almost hitting stop loss. Oh, well, it's hit stop loss. So I would basically, call it a day. I would stay on Zoom, I will stay on Zoom with the VIP so we could have a conversation, but I'll be rounding up on YouTube. I'll be rounding up on YouTube. Yes, it is the MPP strategy, Emmanuel. It is the MPP strategy. Don't say much about it though on YouTube. The MPP strategy is top secret for our members. You know, um, okay. So for those on YouTube, we're calling it a day. It's Thanksgiving week in the US. It's Tuesday today. In 2 days' time, that's that on Thursday, we have Thanksgiving in the US, and you can expect there's a lot of traveling. It's been in the news, for those who are perhaps, you know, maybe if you're on CNN, you might see it on CNN. I don't know if they will show it around the world, but it's been in the news here, obviously, lots of traveling going on, a record amount of people traveling this year. You wonder if they say there's no money in the economy, where are they getting the money to travel? And a lot of them by air. Amazing. So a record number of people traveling this year, Thanksgiving. You can imagine the traders, the professional traders are also traveling. They've put their tools down, as it were. They are trading to travel. So the market is not going to move the same way. The market is going to be so undecided, going, up and down. So I encourage you guys, if you can take a break till next week, do so. You know, like I said, I traded yesterday. It was a 50-50 day for me with regards to the winning. It was 50-50. Today, the first two trades I've taken have been, losses. So I definitely would be careful how I trade. I mean, it's still early morning. It's still, it's just about coming up to 5:30 here in the US. It's coming up to about 5:30. Um, so, I mean, I will see what the market is like, you know, during the New York Open. That's going to be around about 4 hours time. I'll see what the market is like and decide what to do, whether to actually now take the rest of, because it's going to get worse. If today is Tuesday and, you know, people are actually going to start traveling. Some have started traveling, but more people would start traveling on Wednesday so they can get to wherever they are going to by, that same day or Thursday morning. People are going to see friends and family. You can imagine the market is going to be crazier. So what I would say is check and see what the market is like today. Um, and decide whether you want to trade for the rest of the week or take a break. Now, the good thing is, because I have joined this community, this digital community, what I'm going to be doing is I will take time off Forex and, you know, learn some of the stuff there. I'm not going to be doing drop shipping in there, but when it comes to digital marketing, I am going to be learning that. I'm going to be learning that. Let me put on my camera. Sorry, I thought my camera was on. Now, with regards to digital marketing, I am going to be I am going to be learning that. Obviously, I am marketing on on social media now, as in marketing my coaching and mentoring service. So I am going to be. Let me do this, guys. 1 minute. Where is this thing? As a matter of fact, let me put on just the camera. Okay, so because I am, marketing, I am going to be marketing like I have been doing anyway, but at a different level. I'm going to be marketing my coaching services, my teaching and all that online on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube. So I need to, learn how to um, do that better. So I would put trading aside for the rest of this week, most likely, so that I can actually focus on learning some new skills, some new marketing skills, not so much drop shipping or the use of AI. The use of AI, if I can do it at a simple level, because you can imagine, guys, you know, a lot of content creators these days, including forex traders, are raising their game with regards to marketing. So if I can, learn it at some simple level, yes, I'll do that. Otherwise, you know, um, marketing, I'll just focus on a bit of marketing and my coaching, my Forex coaching and trading, and that's it for me. But feel free to talk to me. Like I say, I'm signing off Zoom now. Oh, I'm signing off YouTube, but I'll be staying on Zoom to chat, do a voice chat with my VIP members. Okay, guys, on YouTube, see you again next week. I'll be doing this again next week. Yeah, most likely it's going to be Tuesday again or Wednesday. Okay, God bless.